Hello internets, this is JJ representing 9 to 5 Studios, here to offer some tips for playing some Civilization V Brave New World. These 5 tips will focus on the differences you encounter if you find yourself playing in a team game. Tip number 1, and possibly the most important of this top 5, is that the technology tree is shared. All of your Civilization's research points are pooled within your team. It is always advantageous for all teammates to research the same thing at the same time. The advantage of focusing your research here is that you will be able to start your buildings and improvements faster than any team who is separating their research. From the tech tree, you'll be able to see what your team is researching, as certain technologies have had their times reduced, giving you instant feedback as to what you should be researching as well. Tip number 2, fog of war and notifications are shared. Teammates can see exactly what's going on in your civilization, including what you are building. This also includes notifications as well, so that sweet ruin you thought you had may not in fact be yours. Unless of course it's a tech. Tip number 3 is all about military and war. Your teammates will all have open borders, so military support is like an alliance. Feel free to call on them when you need them. For those goddamn barbarians. Coordination in war all depends on how the game is set up. If you're working with simultaneous turns, it'll be a good idea to determine which front you want to act on first. This can give you an advantage where speed counts. If the game is in hybrid or sequential turns, then you'll need to take note as to how the turns are ordered. In some cases you may go right after your partner, in other cases your opponent may go before you. If you're in hybrid turns, the intro page is the only way to know who goes first and who goes second. Make sure to write down exactly what the order of civilizations are, so when war does come around, and it will, you'll know if the person going after you is a friend or a foe. Tip number 4 is city-states. Divide and conquer. Coordinate with your teammates to determine who gets what city-state. Gold is precious and city-state relations are not shared. Make sure you're not wasting valuable resources competing for city-states that your teammates are also going for. Instead, go for opposing city-states with resources that you want. This is a great way to secure resources and happiness for your civilization while at the same time denying it for the other team. This is especially effective if your military is not quite up to speed with your opponents. Our 5th and final tip is for any team trying to go for a cultural victory. Tourism and culture points are not shared among teammates. This means you must overshadow not only your enemies, but also your allies to ensure a cultural victory for your team. Make sure to coordinate with your allies as to who builds which wonder. Wonders that give your teammates a lot of culture will only hinder your progress if you are actually going for a cultural victory. And also make sure your teammates know that you're going to need every great writer, great artist, and great musician that's out there. Or instead of all that, just build some tanks and take over the world instead. I hope these tips help you for your next co-op game. This is JJ from 9 to 5 Studios, signing out.